Good morning and welcome to a what I eat in a day on keto. It's been a while since I've done one of these. Figured I might as well. First thing is ignore the sound behind me. It's Amy on the treadmill. She's doing her long run today. I just started running. Just finished my run. So we went to the Oogie Boogie Bash yesterday, which the video is coming. Actually, let me show you something real quick. Okay, so this is yesterday at the Oogie Boogie Bash. We did 6 miles. The point one is me walking around the house, I think, last night. But yeah, 6.1. We walked around 6 miles yesterday at the Oogie Boogie. The video is coming soon. This will be posted before that because that's more of a Halloween thing. But and this is this morning. I did my run. I did 1.6 miles, which is awesome. Very proud of myself. So, yeah, so I started the Jeff Galloway Easy 5K. Sorry, I'm trying to get this to focus on my face. Easy 5K program, which is really awesome. If you've not tried it, I really recommend it. It really kind of helps. It's like interval training, and so I do a minute run, a minute walk. I know some people do 30 and 30 seconds running, 30 seconds walking. So I do the minute and minute just because that's like the default it gave me for my weight and height, and so yeah, eventually we'll get to doing more than a minute. But the cool thing too is that we actually decided to sign up for 5K, and so we're going to do a turkey run on Thanksgiving. So my training will lead right up into it, which is nice. Amy's gonna sort of continue her training until then, and then we'll probably jump up to the 10K maybe. We'll see. We haven't talked about it yet, but yeah, so a lot of exciting stuff going around here. Well, I'm going to show you what I eat for breakfast, and it's quick and it's very easy. Alright, so I do this Premier Protein chocolate shake. It is, I think, 2 carbs. Sorry. This is 2 net carbs, and I do a little tablespoon or a teaspoon of the PB Fit powder, which is the peanut butter powder, and 2 tablespoons, I believe, is 4 carbs, 2 carbs. But I only do half of that, so this will really be like 3 total, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Okay, so this is what it looks like done. It's like kind of chunky. I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of chunky with the peanut butter powder stuff, but that's okay. It's like bursts of peanut butter flavor. But yeah, so that's what I usually eat. Oh, focus. All right, there we go. So I do the peanut butter powder on days that I run, which is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and so because I feel like it's like kind of like an extra boost of protein for running. So I'm trying to get into shape. I'm down 80 pounds, which is awesome. I'm very proud of myself for hitting 80. Now to push further into 100 is going to be pretty tough. I'm hoping if I can average 2 pounds a week, I can hit 100 pounds down, which is crazy to say, by my grandfather's 90th birthday. So we're going up to Washington to celebrate his 90th birthday, and I would love to be down 100 pounds just to kind of surprise them, and I don't know, it would be cool to have that as a goal, and so that's what I'm kind of doing. And so I think the running's really going to help me kind of push. I lost, so we took our anniversary break and then immediately went back on the diet, which is awesome. I did not have any keto flu, which I was actually kind of surprised about, but that's okay. I lost 5 pounds that week, and I'd gained 4. So I basically was almost like I just lost a week, essentially, I guess, because I lost 1 pound. So I gained 4 the weekend we cheated, and then I lost 5 the following week, which is awesome. And so then this last week I lost 2 again, which usually week 2 in a kind of a restart of a diet is, you don't lose as much. So yeah, I'm pretty proud of myself, and I'm excited. So that's breakfast. I just do a protein shake. It's pretty easy. I haven't really cooked eggs in a while. Just been doing a lot of protein shakes for like snacks and meals, so but you'll see. But yeah, so I'll check in for lunch, and pretty exciting day. Hello, it is now lunchtime in the Goninan household, and so we are gonna eat some lunch. Amy's making herself gyoza, and I am going to eat, and I will show you this. Just kidding. This is all the candy we got at the bash thing. This is for giveaway stuff that we're doing. Video on that will come later, but just kidding. It's like 10 pounds of candy. We weighed it last night. Went through all the tree trails and all that sort of stuff. And then the backpack kept getting heavier, and I was like, it's kind of getting pretty, it's getting heavy. And so we, when we got home, we weighed it, and it was 10 pounds. That's 10 pounds of candy. That's crazy. That's like 50 pounds of weight, though, if you eat it all. So let me show you what I'm gonna eat. This is my lunch. I eat these a lot. I know what you're saying. Oh wait, you're on keto. Why are you eating our Totino's pizza? Party pizza, specifically. It's for a party. I don't know why they call these party pizzas. They're very small. They're not really for parties, but yeah, so I eat this. I just eat the top of it, but it's kind of financially, it's a really cheap lunch for me. If I were to just get cheese and the pepperoni and the sauce, like eventually, like the price wise, but it's like $1 pizza, and so it's hard to justify not doing something like that. And so I eat these every day, or almost every day. Some days I'll have leftover tacos or something, but it's a really cheap and easy and quick meal. It takes 15 minutes to cook, and yeah, for keto stuff, you know, that's one thing that it's pretty easy, that you can just eat the top of a pizza, really. So that's my lunch. Pretty easy. I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. So one more thing, while my pizza is cooking, I wanted to talk about something. One thing that I do for snacks, it's not really a real snack, it's more like a just kind of grab it every once in a while situation, is I do these Lays popables. So it's chips. They're not 100% keto friendly at all. Really, it's more about like whether you want to spend the carbs on doing something like that. But for me, it's a mental thing. So I think mentally it helps me to just kind of stay focused in what I'm doing. Obviously, I'm being successful with what I'm like with my weight loss and, you know, getting healthy and all that sort of stuff. So the popables is more of a bonus for me. Is like it helps me to eat a couple a day. So it's 28 crisps for 15 carbs, and so basically it's like almost half a carb per, you know, bite or whatever. And usually I spend about 5 of my 20 carbs a day on these popables, because that's just like 2 handfuls a day. And so I feel like for me, and sometimes I'll put cheese on them, and sometimes I will dip them in my blue cheese dressing that I like. I know that's weird, but it's good. Whatever makes me kind of mentally be able to do this for such a long time, it really helps me. So I would suggest that if you're struggling a little bit with keto, find something that's like that for you, that's like sort of, you know, it's not a big chip, you know, it's pretty airy, which is why I think people like them, why they're considered like healthier chips. They're not really super healthy, but Amy used to eat them all the time for Weight Watchers. But it's an easy thing to pop in. It crunches, and then you kind of move about your day. I grab a couple of handfuls a day, just so that I can sort of, you know, do my thing. So yeah, so that's another little thing I do with my food every day. So here is my lunch. Like I said, I will eat just the top portion of this pizza, and so I scrape and then just eat it, and it's usually a pretty good amount of food for me for lunch. If I ever get hungry, sometimes I'll eat 2 of them, just eat the top. But yeah, it's pretty good and works for me. I will check in back in a little bit. Okay, hi. So I just had lunch. It was good. So the thing about eating on keto for me is when I have lunch, usually, well, so I tend to eat small. I don't eat a lot anymore. So I used to eat a lot more. My stomach has really shrunk, which is really cool. And so I don't eat as much as I used to. I still get hungry at certain times of the day. Let's say I don't know if other people experience like the 3 o'clock sort of like, oh, I'm snacky or I'm hungry or whatever it is. Usually it's like low energy around that time of the day. I guess it depends on what time I wake up. We've been getting up so early lately to do running, and like yesterday we took someone to the airport. So I mean, there's a lot of we're waking up early a lot, but on the days I run though, I feel like way hungrier. So like anyway, so like I was saying, 3 o'clock I usually get hungry, so I'll have a shake. So I've been really into the Premier protein shakes for basically since I started this. They're super helpful. I really, oh sorry if the camera was shaking, I was shaking my legs. They have good ones at Costco. Has a vanilla and chocolate. I heard that depending on your Costco, they might have better flavors, but we just have the chocolate and vanilla ones that we get from Costco sometimes. But the caramel ones are super good too. They're good for mixing with coffee, which is a good morning treat too. But so like, yeah, so I usually try to, I do a shake in the morning, and then I'll eat lunch, and then I'll do another shake in the afternoon, and then I'll eat dinner. And then usually after dinner I don't really eat anything. I might have another shake if I'm like really struggling later in the night, but I don't, that's pretty much all I eat. So since starting this diet, well, I guess since probably like 4 months into this diet, really, it's been really fun to see that I don't eat as much as I used to, and I don't feel as hungry. Run days, yes, I feel super hungry after having a run. The Friday day, this coming Friday, will be my long run. And last week when I did my long run, so the way this program, if you're unfamiliar with the Jeff Galloway Easy 5K program, it's an interval. So it's like you run for a certain amount of time and then you walk for a certain amount of time. I'm doing a minute and minute, so minute running, minute walking. Some people do 30 seconds running, 30 seconds walking. I do a minute just because that's, I think I already said that this morning. It's just the train. Anyways, sorry, I'm super tired. So on my long run days, last week I did not, my app, I listen to music while I'm running, but the app doesn't allow you to close it if you listen, so you have to leave it open if you're listening to your own music. And so I had it open in my pocket and I bumped it, and so it stopped working. And so I was like running for a while, and I'm like, I've been running for probably like, it feels like at least 2 minutes. And so I look at I pull my phone out while I'm running, and I noticed that the app was off. So it's like, that's probably why. And so everything got messed up. It turned off my workout, so I couldn't really figure out exactly where I was. I don't remember where I was, and so I sort of just said like, I'll do the last 10 minutes just because I don't know. And so I may have run more than I should have last week. I don't know, but this Friday I will be running believe a half K or a half 5K, so 2.5K. It's like a mile and a half. And so I'm pretty excited about that, just because I think that'll be the longest I've ran so far, or maybe it's 1.8 miles. It's one of the two. But yeah, actually 1.8 miles makes more sense. So yeah, I'm really excited. This training program has been really cool to start. Amy's been doing it for almost 8 weeks, which is awesome. And I think part of the reason why I decided to jump aboard and start doing it too is because I've seen her consistency in doing it, and she's been getting up early, going on the treadmill and doing it. And
I can't run on the treadmill. I never have been able to. Walking on a treadmill is fine. I can do that, but I can't run on a treadmill. And so I run outside. I just run around our neighborhood. And so seeing her being really consistent like that has been super helpful to me. I really appreciate that she is consistent like that and helps me get into my own routines and stuff. And so that's what's cool, is when one of us is really into something, it might help the other person along a little bit more. So it's really fun. That's why it's fun that we're doing this stuff together. And so, but yeah, the running program is really cool. I recommend it if you're thinking about doing a 5K or thinking about running. It's definitely one of the best apps I've tried for, and it's super helpful. It seems like a nice guy, and it's really easy to just sort of do it. Because, it's pretty intimidating to be like, oh, I'm going to train for 5K, or eventually we'll be training for a marathon. But it just makes it so much easier just to, oh, I'm running for a minute, and then I can stop and walk for a minute. And then and you never really feel like you're tired. Like I get, a little sore, obviously, from the muscles and stuff that I don't normally use. But it definitely is really easy, and you don't feel super terrible when you're doing it. Usually the next day you feel a little bit sore, but I'm super sore from walking around Disneyland last night, or DCA last night, so I'm always going to be sore anyways, so extra sore for me. But yeah, so run days I tend to want to eat more food, but I try not to. I know my body needs it, and so I eat a little bit more for dinner. I ate a ton for dinner last night, which was great. I usually don't, but I want to make sure that I'm sticking to my under 20 carbs a day, just because that's what's keeping me in keto. So anyways, I just wanted to talk about, man, I'm tired. My brain is not working right now. I just wanted to talk about the running program and lunch and being consistent. That's really important, especially on this diet and exercising. And we're going to go later to Target and get a jump rope, and we're going to start doing a different sort of training tomorrow. So the off days that we run, we will be doing more cardio stuff versus running. It'll be more like jump roping and weights and that kind of stuff. So I'll talk about that when we actually do it. But anyways, next meal is dinner. Actually, I'm going to cook something. I'm not just going to pour a shake in some peanut butter mix and make a frozen pizza. I'm going to actually make some chicken and stuff. So I will catch in with you later.
Hello, good afternoon. It is currently in the afternoon, 2-ish, and getting a little hungry. We usually eat lunch around 11, and so a couple hours, it's been 3 hours or so since lunch. I took a quick nap. Amy is currently sleeping. I didn't get to sleep for very long, but that's fine. That's pretty normal for me. So I'm gonna do a shake. It's a vanilla one, because I feel like I am gonna need a little bit more energy. I'm gonna start doing some work stuff, and so one thing that I really find interesting is on this diet is the amount of more energy that you get. Well, I think that's just losing weight in general. I feel like I have way more energy than I used to. One thing that's interesting is I used to dread, doing laundry and that kind of stuff, just kind of like, ugh, I have to do laundry. But now I'm kind of more excited about it. I know that's weird, but I've been just having these weird bursts of energy of just doing things around the house, which I think is really cool. And so, yeah, I find that really weird that the more weight I lose, like, the more energy I have for stuff. So it's pretty cool. Anyways, that's my snack for today. A 1-carb shake. I'm gonna enjoy it. It's gonna be great. I will check in at dinner. Once again, I'm gonna make a chicken dish I'm excited about. So I will show you in a little bit. Hello, it is now dinner time, and I am going to cook an experiment that I have not done yet. Sort of an experiment. So I'm gonna do chicken that's sort of breaded, but it's breaded with some weird stuff and some spices, so hopefully it'll turn out really well. Let me show you what I mean. Okay, so I took these 4 things. So this is onion powder, Focus. Onion powder. There we go. Onion powder. This onion powder has white garlic, or white and green onions with parsley. I took garlic powder. I took this Mates BBQ rub, just a little bit of this, and then the Trader Joe's barbecue coffee and garlic seasoning. If you have not ever gotten this, this is totally amazing. It is so good. So I mixed it all together right here, and I'm gonna mix it in with this, which is almond flour, a little bit of the almond flour, and I'm gonna measure all this stuff out so I can get the accurate carb count. And then I'm gonna take a handful of these chips, which are barbecue flavored chips that I've told you about earlier, and I'm gonna ground it up. I'm gonna put it all in for my breading, and then do chicken dipped in it, and then I will fry it in a pan, and we'll see if it works out okay. I will update you in a minute. Alright, so I ground this pretty good, I think. It's about as good as I'm going to get it. We don't have like a ground thing, so I just used a spoon and a bowl. Now I have to crack an egg, do that whole thing, and then throw it in the frying thingy. So we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Alright, my pan is getting hot. I put Kerrygold butter into the pan to melt down. I always use Kerrygold butter to cook with because it smells amazing when you're cooking it. It's really good. So I'm about to do the chicken, and I will show you as it's cooking and the process and all that fun stuff. So this is what it looks like cooking. It looks kind of breaded, but we'll see how it turns out. I'm a little bit worried that it's going to be gross, but we'll see. So I just flipped it, and it looks pretty legit. Like, that actually looks like breading. So, they may have found a secret. We'll see what it tastes like. I might have messed it up with all the weird seasoning if I did, but, yeah, I'm excited to try it. Alright, so this is done. This is what it looks like. Looks pretty good. I mean, it's not as crispy as I would have wanted, but, it's done in the middle, so that's good. I'm going to do some blue cheese from Wingstop for a side with this. And I'll let you know how it tastes after I'm done eating. Hello again from the kitchen. So we just finished dinner, and I have to say, I think I just stumbled and discovered a pretty good recipe for some breaded chicken. The total carb count was a little bit higher than I like for chicken. I think it was 8 total, so 8 carbs for some breaded chicken. I have not had a ton of carbs today. Usually I do, honestly, dinner is usually the highest for me. I don't have, I mean, lunch is probably 1. Breakfast is 1 or 2, depending on if I put coffee in my shake or not. But yeah, I don't, usually it's, 10 to 12 is what my normal dinner carb. So this is actually lower. So yeah, it was good. It was, I have to say, every bite I took, it got a little bit better, which was awesome. The blue cheese was not needed for this. It was kind of super flavorful without it. Actually, I think the blue cheese took away from the flavor of the really good breading. So essentially all I did was crush up the popables as much as I could. I wish I could have got a little bit thinner, but that, it didn't end up mattering that much. And then I did a little bit of almond flour, just a little bit. I did about 2 tablespoons, and then in that seasoning, and that was kind of what I dipped the the chicken in the egg, and then I did the flour, egg again, and then the crumbs of the chips, and it was good. It wasn't super duper crispy, but it had good breading texture, which I thought was good. So I think if I would have fried it, deep fried it, it probably would have come out a little bit crispier. I just did it in butter because that's what I like to cook my chicken in the Kerrygold butter. So yeah, it's totally good. I'll leave the recipe below just if you want to try it yourself. But yeah, I definitely recommend. It was good. I was really shocked. I think mixing of those weird spices together ended up being pretty good, actually. So, but yeah, good dinner. Pretty good dinner. I was surprised. I'll probably do that again another night.
I don't think I could do it every night, but definitely another night. Ignore the buzzing. It is my wife texting me. So another thing I want to talk about is the last thing for today is running shoes. So this is the first pair of actual running shoes I've ever owned in my entire life. And I want to talk about this because I did not know this, but it's very important. Here, I'll show them together. They're very cute. I was going for the more Seahawksy sort of. Go Hawks, it's football season. I was a little upset this last Sunday, but that's okay. So we just learned recently that it's really important to run with running shoes versus just regular shoes because apparently they're slightly built different. And Amy ended up getting hurt, and so she basically had been running just with regular old tennis shoes, like nothing special, and she hurt the bottom of her foot pretty bad. The bone that kind of connects to the her big toe, so this part of her foot, I guess, flipped around, but she hurt it, and it hurt her pretty badly, and so she couldn't finish her run this last Friday. So we went and got running shoes over the weekend. And then, she got the legit good running shoes from DSW, and I was looking at the prices, and I'm like, I don't need anything fancy. Let's just go to Skechers. And I have to say, I think I have a brand that I like because I keep buying Skechers shoes because for in the parks at Disney, the Skechers with the super foamy memory stuff is super good for walking around because your feet never hurt. And then the running shoes are super comfortable too. And I was surprised because with my feet kind of being a little bit tired from last night from walking around, this morning I put my shoes on, no problem. I ran, no problem. And so I recommend them if I'm not sponsored by Skechers at all. I'm just saying I really like the Skechers shoes. So I really, they're called I think Go Run Skechers. I don't know, but they're good. I recommend it. Anyways, thanks for watching my video today. I know it was kind of random, but yeah, hopefully I gave you enough good information about some of the meals that I eat. I'll probably be cooking again in the next couple weeks, so I'll hopefully have a good new recipe for you. And yeah, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, give us a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button if you're new. And if you have any other recommendations for food that I can use as breading or just something random that you came across keto related, let me know in the comments. I would love to try some new stuff, maybe once a week or so, to kind of get out of my comfort zone. Even though I like being in my routines of eating kind of the same thing over and over again, it's pretty important to break out every once in a while because I do get a little bit bored with eating tacos every single night. So it's good for me to throw it out. And just like this last week, I had chicken all week just because I needed something different. And so if you have anything, let me know. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.